Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts because what just dropped makes the Kardashians look like a PBS documentary. Forget your Netflix subscription. The scandal alone could crash Hulu, HBO, and Disney Plus combined. I'm talking about Lil Baby's innocent little secret with Chrisean Rock. A secret so messy, it sent Blueface spiraling faster than a reality star after 2 tequila shots. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, it's just another celebrity rumor. Wrong. This isn't rumor, this is digital dynamite. The kind of secret that has group chats buzzing, Twitter roasting, and Blueface pacing like he just found out his Uber rating dropped below 4 stars. We're talking receipts, whispers, and side eyes that could power an entire season of love and hip-hop. Blueface isn't just mad, he's furious. The man is breaking down harder than my Wi-Fi on Payday. And the way this secret unraveled? Oh, it's juicier than Thanksgiving turkey, messier than a toddler with finger paint, and spicier than Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Stick around, because once you hear this, you'll never look at Lil Baby, Chrisean Rock, or even the definition of loyalty the same way again. So, let's rewind this celebrity soap opera to the beginning, because every scandal worth watching has an origin story. And trust me, this one makes Gotham City look like Disneyland. Picture this. Chrisean Rock, the queen of chaos herself, a woman who could turn a Target run into a WWE pay-per-view, crosses paths with Lil Baby, the rapper with more hits than a mosquito in Florida. Now on paper, that's harmless. 2 stars, 2 brands, 2 universes colliding. But oh no, Hollywood never does harmless. It does scandal with extra cheese. For months, whispers floated around. Studio sessions that were just music. DMs that mysteriously vanished. Paparazzi shots where Lil Baby looked like he was trying to dodge the camera harder than Blueface dodges responsibility. But every time the narrative was the same. They're just friends, strictly business. Nothing to see here. Spoiler alert. There was plenty to see here. The so-called leak came like a thunderclap in a TikTok storm. A screenshot here. A blurry FaceTime grab there. And suddenly, timelines lit up like Christmas in Times Square. The streets were saying, Lil Baby's been playing behind the scenes with Chrisean Rock and Blueface just found out. No, you have to understand something about Blueface. This is a man who thrives on chaos the way a Kardashian thrives on contour. The dude practically has beef on retainer. But this wasn't just another diss track waiting to happen. This was personal. The second the news hit, Blueface allegedly went nuclear. We're talking rant mode, meltdown mode, don't leave me alone with my phone mode. If Twitter fingers were an Olympic sport, he'd have taken home the gold, silver, and bronze in a single night. Witnesses claimed he was pacing around, muttering like he'd just walked in on Santa Claus making out with Mrs. Claus. And the fans? Oh, the fans smelled blood. Memes exploded faster than a Tesla battery. One had Blueface photoshopped into Jerry Springer's chair. Another showed Lil Baby handing Chrisean Rock a microphone labeled Secrets while Blueface sat in the corner, like a rejected reality TV contestant. But let's not forget the receipts. Because without receipts, scandals are just gossip. And baby, the receipts were messy. We're talking cryptic text messages, voice notes that sounded way too cozy, and IG captions that suddenly made a whole lot more sense. Remember that one? Chrisean posted, "Not all diamonds are forever, some are temporary." Yeah, turns out she wasn't talking about jewelry. Lil Baby, meanwhile, stayed as calm as a monk on meditation retreat. No tweets, no clapbacks, just silence. Which in Hollywood is basically the same as saying, yeah, I did it, but I'm not giving you the satisfaction. The man's PR team probably had him on lockdown tighter than Fort Knox. Blueface, on the other hand, was unraveling like a dollar store sweater. He jumped online to throw shade, but every post just made it worse. He deleted, reposted, subtweeted. It was like watching a toddler try to solve a Rubik's Cube. Fans didn't know whether to feel bad for him or grab popcorn and enjoy the show. Now, here's where it gets really spicy. The leak wasn't just about Lil Baby and Chrisean Rock allegedly being closer than friends. It was about the timing. Because while all this was going down, Blueface and Chrisean were supposed to be, well, whatever their version of together was. Some call it love, others call it an extreme sport. Either way, Blueface felt betrayed harder than Kanye at an award show. Think about it. The man who built his brand on being untouchable, unbothered, and unfiltered suddenly looked like the Last one in on the joke. And in Hollywood, looking clueless is worse than being broke. The memes weren't just funny, they were surgical strikes to his ego. By the end of the night, the internet had crowned Lil Baby the smooth operator, Chrisean the chaos queen, and Blueface the tragic clown. And this was only the beginning. Because once the first domino falls in celebrity scandal land, the rest tumble faster than you can say exclusive interview. But let's not pretend this is just about love triangles. Oh no, this was a collision of brands, reputations, and egos. Lil Baby, the chart-topping hitmaker, Chrisean the headline factory, and Blueface, the self-proclaimed king of drama. Together, they created a scandal so loud it drowned out Super Bowl commercials. And you know what the best part is? Nobody can even tell if this is 100% real or just a Hollywood publicity stunt. That's the beauty of it. When it comes to these three, reality and fiction are like twins. They look the same, they act the same, and nobody can tell them apart. Still, one thing was clear. Blueface wasn't just mad, he was humiliated. And humiliation in the celebrity world is the deadliest poison of them all. Because once the world starts laughing at you, it doesn't stop. If you thought part 1 was messy, oh honey, welcome to the sequel nobody asked for but everybody secretly wanted. Because once Lil Baby's secret with Chrisean hit the public eye, it didn't just trend. It detonated like a Kardashian wedding announcement. And you know what happens when the internet smells blood? They don't just nibble. They feast first. Let's talk celebrity reactions. The Hollywood grapevine works faster than Uber Eats, and everybody had something to say. Rapper A slid into Instagram Live with cryptic bars like, "Loyalty is a currency some people can't afford." Translation, shots fired at Lil Baby. But the reality TV star, who hasn't been relevant since 2015, suddenly reappeared to tweet, "Karma is undefeated." Because of course, clout chasing is the national sport when scandals drop, and then came the memes. Lord, the memes. If memes were currency, the internet just became richer than Jeff Bezos. Lil Baby was photoshopped handing Chrisean a Grammy for Best Secret Affair. Blueface was edited into The Office as Michael Scott screaming, "New God, please." No, TikTokers were recreating the drama with sock puppets, getting millions of views for simply dragging Blueface with googly eyes. But it wasn't just the fans stirring chaos. The streets were talking. Bloggers claimed Blueface pulled up to the studio demanding answers, like a furious dad at parent-teacher night. Allegedly, he wanted to confront Lil Baby man-to-man, but the story quickly flipped into comedy. Witnesses said Blueface didn't throw hands, he threw tweets. That's right, he went full keyboard warrior in real life. Meanwhile, Lil Baby? Silence. The man was quieter than a student in class who didn't do the homework. That silence? Oh, it made everything 10 times worse. Because when you don't deny, the internet assumes guilt. And when you don't clap back, the memes multiply. Like rabbits, Chrisean She was doing what she does best, adding gasoline to the fire. A few shady Instagram stories, a cryptic emoji or two, and boom, chaos reignited. At one point, she posted the infamous side-eye selfie with no caption. That's it, no words, no context. Just vibes. And that single photo sent Twitter detectives into meltdown mode, decoding her eyeliner like it was the Zodiac cipher. And the outrage wasn't just entertainment. It became culture. People debated the scandal at barbershops, nail salons, and family BBQs like it was a Supreme Court case. Some claimed Chrisean was leveling up by upgrading from Blueface to Lil Baby. Others dragged Lil Baby for violating the bro code, as if Hollywood ever respected loyalty in the first place. The irony? This whole mess made Blueface look like the victim, and nobody was ready for that plot twist. Fans who usually roast him like a burnt marshmallow were suddenly saying, damn, maybe he doesn't deserve this. Imagine being so scandalized that you accidentally make Blueface sympathetic. That's not just a PR nightmare, that's an apocalypse. Now let's add some spice with wild analogies. Because this drama isn't just gossip, it's Shakespeare with Wi-Fi. Blueface became Hamlet screaming at ghosts only he could see. Lil Baby turned into Jay Gatsby, throwing silent parties nobody understood. And Chrisean She was Lady Macbeth, holding all the power, smiling while everyone else went mad. The memes weren't lying when they called this the Infinity War of hip-hop scandals. Everyone picked a side, Team Blueface, Team Lil Baby, Team Chrisean. It was Avengers Endgame, but instead of superheroes, we had rappers subtweeting and Instagram story shading. And let's be real, half the fans didn't even care about loyalty or betrayal. They just wanted entertainment. And boy, were they fed. The scandal also exposed the double standards. When male rappers cheat, it's the game. But when Chrisean maybe not entertain Lil Baby, suddenly she was trending as disloyal queen of chaos. The hypocrisy was so thick, you could spread it on toast. And yet, the drama only grew. At this point, Blueface wasn't just mad. He was spiraling into performance art. His lives were unhinged. His rants sounded like slam poetry written by a man on 3 hours of sleep, and fans began to wonder if he'd start selling tickets to his meltdowns. Honestly, he could have filled arenas, and then came the ultimate twist. Other rappers started hinting they knew all along. Suddenly, bars in random songs hit differently. A lyric from months ago where someone said, "She rocks with the baby, but not the one she is holding," resurfaced and went viral. Fans declared it was foreshadowing. This wasn't just a scandal. It was a cinematic universe. Blueface's brand started to wobble. Remember, this is a man who built his empire on chaos, drama, and being untouchable. But this time, the chaos wasn't his weapon, it was his kryptonite. His reaction wasn't savage, it was sad. And in Hollywood, looking sad is the ultimate sin. The narrative shifted. Suddenly, Lil Baby wasn't just a rapper, he was the smooth criminal. Chrisean wasn't just a headline, she was the puppet master. And Blueface? He was the punchline. This wasn't just messy anymore, this was legendary. A scandal so iconic that future college courses and celebrity studies will use it as a case study. Professors will stand at podiums and say, "And here, students, we see how Blueface lost an argument he didn't even start." And the worst part? We were only halfway through the chaos, because if you thought Blueface's reaction was wild, wait until you hear what came next. When the smoke began to clear, the internet expected one of two things. Either Blueface would bounce back with his trademark cocky grin, or Lil Baby would finally break his silence and drop a bar so slick it would erase all doubt. But what actually happened? Oh, it was so much messier, like spilled Kool-Aid on white carpet messy. First, let's start with Blueface. The man who once bragged about being untouchable was now looking touchier than an iPhone screen in the rain. His brand, once built on confidence, chaos, and endless trolling, was cracking under the weight of humiliation. Fans were no longer laughing with him, they were laughing at him. And in the world of celebrity egos, that's worse than a career-ending flop album. Think about it. Blueface went from the self-proclaimed player to the played. The man who mocked everyone else for being clowns ended up starring in the circus. And every time he tried to defend himself, it just made things worse. His interviews were awkward, his tweets were desperate, and his Instagram stories? Let's just say they had cry for help energy written all over them. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock's stock skyrocketed like she just launched her own cryptocurrency. She leaned into the chaos, turning every headline into free publicity. Paparazzi shots of her suddenly went viral. Every cryptic emoji she posted was analyzed like ancient hieroglyphics. Whether she was guilty or innocent didn't matter anymore. In the court of public opinion, she was the ultimate chaos queen, unpredictable, untouchable, and unstoppable. And Lil Baby? Oh, he mastered the oldest PR trick in the book, silence. The man said absolutely nothing, and that nothing spoke volumes. Fans saw him as cool, calculated, and unbothered. His reputation didn't tank, it thrived. The scandal, instead of burning him, painted him as the mysterious mastermind who always stays 3 steps ahead. Like a rapper James Bond who doesn't waste time denying rumors, he just drops another platinum single. But let's not sugarcoat it. This wasn't just gossip. It was reputation warfare. Blueface's meltdown showed the industry what happens when chaos stops being a brand and starts being a liability. Chrisean proved she could turn scandal into superstardom. And Lil Baby showed that sometimes the loudest statement is silence. The cultural aftermath was insane. Social media debates lasted for weeks. Think pieces popped up on blogs with titles like "The Death of Blueface's Ego" and "Chrisean Rock, Villain or Visionary?" Even late-night hosts got in on the action, cracking jokes about Blueface needing therapy more than he needs. These single dot and fans? They weren't letting this go. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Blueface went from boss to backup dancer in his own relationship. Brutal, another wrote, Lil Baby didn't even play chess. He just stood there while Blueface checkmated himself. Ouch. But here's the kicker. The scandal didn't end careers. It rebranded them. Blueface became the internet's favorite. Meltdown meme Chrisean became the reality TV level chaos queen and Lil Baby? He came out cleaner than a politician's deleted email server. The irony is, scandals usually destroy people. But in this case, it was like a twisted marketing campaign. Streams went up. Follows skyrocketed. Even YouTube reaction channels made bank dissecting the drama frame by frame. It was the best free promo money could buy, except Blueface paid in dignity. And yet, the aftermath left everyone asking the same question, was this real? Or was it one giant publicity stunt? Because let's be honest, in Hollywood, truth and fiction are like twins in matching outfits. They look the same and they confuse everybody. If it was real, Blueface got betrayed. If it was fake, Blueface still got played. Either way, the joke wasn't just on him. It was on all of us, glued to our phones like addicts, refreshing for. The next update. By the end, fans weren't just invested. They were hooked. The scandal wasn't just news. It was entertainment, drama, reality TV, and Twitter comedy rolled into one. And the lesson? In the world of fame, loyalty is negotiable. Scandals are inevitable, and the internet never forgets. So let's break it down one last time. Blueface lost it, and the internet loved every second. Lil Baby kept quiet and somehow won by doing nothing. Chrisean Rock stirred chaos and turned herself into a legend. And us? We watched, we laughed, we memed, and we proved once again that in 2025, scandals aren't just headlines. They're the main event, but don't get too comfortable. Because if history has taught us anything, it's that Hollywood's next disaster is always just one screenshot away, and there you have it, folks. The scandal's so messy it makes reality TV look like Sunday school. Blueface lost it, Lil Baby won by saying absolutely nothing, and Chrisean Rock? She pulled the internet's strings like a chaotic puppet master and loved every second of it. But let's be real, this circus isn't closing anytime soon. Tomorrow, we'll probably wake up to another exclusive leak, another meltdown, and another Twitter thread with more plot twists than a Game of Thrones season finale. That's why you stick with us here at Trend Tattle, because while Hollywood tries to hide its skeletons, we drag those bones out, dress them up, and parade them down Main Street for your entertainment. So do me a favor, smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Drop a comment and tell me, is Blueface the ultimate victim here, or did Lil Baby just pull off the greatest silent victory in hip-hop history? And don't just lurk, I want the spicy takes. If your comment doesn't sound like a conspiracy, theory mixed with stand-up comedy, are you even watching Trend Tattle? And of course, hit that subscribe button before Chrisean uses it as a weapon in her next fight. Because let's be honest, scandals don't take weekends off, and neither do we. So stay tuned, stay messy. And remember, in the world of celebrity chaos, today's headline is tomorrow's meme. And on this channel, we don't just report the drama, we roast it, exaggerate it, and serve it hot with extra sarcasm. This has been Trend Tattle, where the tea is never lukewarm, it's boiling over. Mic drop.